All right, everyone, let's get going with mobility exercise number 3. And it's funny calling this a mobility exercise because really we're trying to reset our entire central nervous system through some choice movements that's going to unlock the mobility from the ankle, the knee, the hip, and up into the shoulders. This is a perfect exercise to do before any training session, but especially MED kettlebell chains. What we're going to be doing is called an original strength reset. And a reset, I want you to think of it like this, not so much about mobility, but a little bit mobility, a little bit warm up, and again, integrating the brain with the body. So let's get started. I'm going to take you to the ground, make sure and have something that you can put your knees on comfortably. First things first, we're going to start in a quadruped position. I want you to be comfortable here. It's going to look a lot like this. From here, a couple of key points. I'm going to keep my eyes at the horizon, and I'm going to put my tongue on the roof of the mouth and then begin to simply rock back. Now, here's the real key to the exercise. I want you to maintain the tongue on the roof of the mouth and breathe through the diaphragm. I'm going to demonstrate about 5 breath cycles here. Okay, like a baby, before they learn to crawl, we're mimicking our movement patterns by simply rocking. With the eyes at the horizon, you have to think, before a kid starts to move around, they're balancing a very heavy head, and they're able to maintain their view on the horizon to look at their parents, look at the dog, look at whatever, to find their way around the room before, again, they start moving in a more dynamic manner. When we use an original strength reset, we are telling our body that it is okay to move. You might have noticed as I rock back into my hips, I'm starting to load the hips. And as I rock forward, I'm starting to load the shoulder girdle. This is a fantastic exercise for anyone to do who may have a shoulder injury. But again, for our purposes, it's going to really prepare us for both squatting and for pressing. Now, another variation I want you to try. Same exact positioning, but I want you to hold the toes underneath. So as I do a reset from this position, you can see that my lower body and into my feet, I'm now getting a little bit more mobility into the toe, and I'm almost squatting backwards. This feels a lot like the bottom position of my squats on both of the chains that we'll be doing in this program. We would do the same thing, about 5 breath cycles. For your mobility, for your warm-up, for your brain warm-up, I want you to go through the rocking drills, maybe with the tops of the feet down first for about 10 breath cycles, and then try it with the toes pointed under as if you're doing a squat for another 10 breath cycles. The original strength reset, again, it just has some magic to it. And when you drop into your first squat during the warm-up section, you're gonna notice a big difference in the hips, and the shoulders are gonna be primed for your exercise. So 10 repetitions with the top of the feet on the mat, and then 10 repetitions with the toes underneath.